people. You know, people who have gone through a divorce, people who have just lost a family member, people who have drug and alcohol and other drug issues. You know, people who've got mental health issues, people who've got daddy issues, people who've got low self-esteem, perfect targets for a narcissist or a sociopath. That's the kind of people that they look for. They find they find your weakness, your weak spot, or what it is that you're looking for. And once they've identified it, they use it to wheedle their way into your world. And then, as I said, then they put the pressure on. And before you know it, you've got joint bank accounts. You've moved into with it, you know, with him, or he's moved in with you. You're engaged, pregnant, married. You know, this is what they do. They take over all aspects of your life. So when you're thinking about leaving them, it's just not as easy as, you know, ringing up your boyfriend and saying, oh, yeah, g'day, it's just not really working out, I'm sorry, bye. You know, it's hard to do when he's lying in the bed next to you, when he's got his name on the lease, when you've got a joint bank account, when you're working for him, you know, or, you know, there's just so many different ways, or you're pregnant. And this is what they do. And this is why they do it. You know, it's part of the future faking with things with the engagements and marriages and pregnancies. They don't care about marriage. They don't care about children, you know, but they know you do. And if you do, then, you know, they give you a little bit to take a lot. So they tell you, we'll get married. Once my divorce comes through, we'll get married. You know, meanwhile, you're giving them sex every night, you're cooking for them, you're looking after them, you're taking the punches and, you know, cleaning up the messes, and you're allowing him to treat you like shit, you know, every single day, because, you know, one day you're going to get married. I mean, when you think about it that way, when you realize that nothing actually means anything to them, as I said, they don't care about marriage. They do it all the time. You know, they're quite renowned for their, you know, third, fourth, fifth marriage and their third, fourth, fifth family. You know, they don't care about the children any more than they care about the women. You know, if you're not giving supply, if you're not being a good appliance, then they have no need for you. You know, they'll keep you on the shelf, because once you've been narc property, you're always narc property. And sure, they don't really like other people touching their toys, but, you know, for now, they don't want to play with you, so they put you up on the shelf and they'll leave you up there, you know, for 6 months, a year, maybe 6 years. I mean, you know, my ex recently tried to recycle the ex before me. So he was with her 15, almost 16 years ago. She hadn't heard from him in about that long. And the last time, you know, that he had contact with her, he'd hospitalized her. You know, he'd actually stomped on her head. This is the woman that's given him 2 children and 10 years of her life, her youth, her beauty, her everything. You know, but that's just what they're capable of, and that's what they're about. They're just, you know, they're angry, so they rage on whoever's closest, whoever put up their hand, you know, to be the whipping boy. So anyhow, I think that you get the general gist of what I'm saying. They're not the best people to be around, and if you settle, you know, if you allow yourself to settle for so little, that's all you're ever going to get. I mean, don't fool yourself. There's not a white picket fence happy ending with a narcissist. All that's coming is less and less of the good things, you know, because they are consistently undermining your self-worth and your self-expectations. So, basically, what you put up with is what they will give. So if you let them cheat on you, lie to you, manipulate you, beat you, whatever, they will continue to do that. And, if you don't set boundaries, then, they love that. They love it when people don't set boundaries, because they can just do whatever the hell they want, whenever however they want to do it. And they really, really will. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see how manipulative they are. I feel sorry for the younger me that spent so long trying to fix things, trying to sort things out, trying to make a family with someone who really doesn't care about family. I mean, he says he does. He's got his kids' names tattooed on him, which is so funny, because he got that idea. Remember how we talked about the construct, how they pick personality parts and bits and pieces from movies and people they've known and their exes and whatever, and then they kind of put all of that together to create persona that they show the new supply. Well, this is who I am. Well, he actually got the tattooing of the names. He got that from my eldest daughter. She has my her siblings' names tattooed on her. And he must have thought that was pretty cool, because as soon as he and I separated, he went and got the kids' names tattooed on his fingers. Kids that he's ignored for years, hasn't spoken to, doesn't think about, doesn't care, doesn't pay a cent for. But it must look pretty good when he shows it to the new supply, how family oriented he is, because he's got the tattoos on his fingers. Oh, they're such a joke, honestly. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. They really are a joke. All right, darlings, don't settle for it, because, that's all they'll ever give you is little bit less, and ramp up the abuse until you're just a shadow of your former self, wondering what the hell happened to your youth, beauty, life, and having to rebuild from scratch with nothing and fight them for every, inch and all the rest of it, because they'll try and take everything they can get, when the devaluation and discard finally happens. So, yes, don't build them up, because you build them up to destroy yourself, and that's the reality. All right, darlings, thank you for joining me. Snark Free Formula. Bye.